today, coming at you with a, who knows, we don't know what we're doing yet, but I do know that I just wanted to play, I don't even have a layout in mind yet, I just wanted to play with all of these multicolored hexagons and craft paper, because I was looking at the papers in the Cocoa Daisy Afternoon Tea collection, and I was like, well, I really want to make a page with these hexagons, but none of the papers really lend themselves to such a multicolored spread. So what if I just, brought in white paper? And then I was like, I wonder if craft paper would look cool. And look at how cool this craft paper looks. I'm actually going to see if I want to add in some Distress Oxide in a really light pink color. It's called Spun Sugar. Because the Distress Oxide, I played around for a minute. The Distress Oxide on this brown craft paper is really cool. So that's what I'm going to start with. If I don't like it, then I'll just pull in another piece of brown craft paper and start over. But look at how cool these hexagons look on craft paper. So let's get started.
All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Distress Oxide on this craft paper, and unfortunately it didn't make quite as big of an impact as I wanted it to. I think that my Distress Oxide is abnormally dry. I think it came that way because this possibly cannot be how dry these Distress Oxides are supposed to be. I tried even using water drops. It really didn't make much of a difference. You can see a little bit of droppage, but not much. And I'm going to use all of these hexagons to sort of spread them across the page. And now I'm going very fast because this took me a long time and we're going to be revisiting these hexagons a couple times. So I'm just showing you how I started this process. At this point, I still really didn't have any idea what I was going to do with this page. And then I decided to stick to the pinks and yellows and realized somewhere along this process that this photo of my brand new bloodleaf plant just would match perfectly. It would be such a great photo for this page. So I cut it out in a hexagon using my silhouette. Using Photoshop, I cut out the papers from the collection in hexagons using the silhouette, and as well as the journaling in a hexagon shape too. The journaling got a little bit funky because I couldn't quite get the silhouette to register the registration marks when I was trying to do print and cut. So I just kind of let it do its thing without the registration marks. So it's a little off-centered, which sort of bugged me, but I decided to go with it and just adapt it to my design. So I'm going to put the photo down here in the bottom left corner and the journaling up in the top right corner. I'm going to try and keep these two halves of this craft paper together as much as possible until they're stuck together because of those hexagons in the middle. So I'm just trying to make sure that everything is sort of balanced. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I wanted it to be sort of balanced top and bottom. So now I'm going to rearrange these hexagons a little bit to work around the larger hexagons a little bit better. So I'm just kind of moving things around, and then I'm going to stick them down. I did all the sticking down off camera because I was just, peeling the backing off and putting it back down. So I've got these hexagons down where I want them to start off with. I'll probably rearrange just a little bit, and plus when I get out the embellishments and the puffy stickers that have hexagons on them and things like that, I'll add a little bit more to it. But this is my basic configuration that I came up with, and I'm really liking the way that it looks so far. I decided to take this yellow one and actually overlap the other hexagon, which I normally probably wouldn't do, but I really liked the way it looked. And that space right there was sort of awkward with the hexagon and the way that it lined up with the other ones, so I liked it, and we went with it. Okay, so now I've gotten out things that I think will go with this page. So once I decided on the picture of the photo, I found this mom life, but I'm going to change it to plant mom life because that's what this photo is about. So I'm going to stick mom life down, and then I'm going to use these beautiful fuchsia alphabets to add plant to the page. So now it says plant mom life. And now I'm going to go through, and I pulled out a lot more than I end up using. I thought that I would soften up the hexagons a bit on this page with some of those florals especially, but in the end I just decided to keep it really blocky, I guess you could say. I decided to keep it very hexagon based and clean for me, very clean lines. So I'm sticking some of these puffy sticker hexagons down. I don't end up using all of them. I pull them up a few times. This is kind of the fussy part that we've gotten to. I always have a fussy part on my layout, of course, so this is kind of where we've gotten right now. I'm going to put some of these puffy hearts down. Initially, I put this pink one and another one right here on the side of this Plant Mom Life. I'm going to rearrange it towards the end. I do like the way that it looks, but once I get, if I had left it here, it would have been fine, right? But once I get a few more things on this page, I feel like it's a little bit off balance. So I'm going to move those around a little bit later on towards the end. So I've got one more heart here that I want to incorporate. Sorry if you can hear the Chaos God kittens in the background. My voice went into filming mode, so therefore they went into Chaos Goblin mode. So that is what is happening in the background. So I wanted to use this scallop, but I wasn't quite sure how to use it yet. I want to use at least one of these florals, right? Because it's literally a picture of a floral, so we need to have one. Loved this bowl clip to fill in this awkward empty space up here. Literal perfection. And then of course that jaunty angle is super fun too. I like a jaunty angle. Decided to put some black and white up here instead of this yellow because I felt like it broke up the color scheme a little bit better. So I mirrored it down here with this yay somewhere. It's going somewhere. There we go. So I still really want a floral. I'm going to make a floral work. Maybe. I'm going to keep trying with these hexagons, but I think I'm going to pull that one off again. Okay, so here's a floral. Here's a floral, but they're not going to go there well. I don't like that. Let's try something else. This is just not working for me. Okay, what if I put this one over here? All right, I like the way that that fills in that space a little bit more. What if I put this one here? It's not long enough. All right, but those are the same. Ah, much better over there. I like how much it fills in that space a little bit better. I still kind of like the idea of this being the same floral, but I'm not loving the way that it looks down here. So I'm going to put this one down because I've definitely decided on that one. And then I'm going to go through a few more florals until I find the one that I want, but none of them are really fitting all that great. I decided to go with this yellow one because I feel like vertically it fits the best. So I'm going to put a few more down here, see if I can make it work. Ugh. But I think we're definitely going to go with the yellow one. Oh, this yellow one. Because it was a little bit skinnier. I felt like it fit a little better. And I also felt like I needed some grounding for that stem because I didn't like the way that the stem was just floating. So I decided to put this scallop, half of this scallop here to give that stem some ground. And then half of the scallop up here. If I had planned a little bit better, I would have moved everything around so that they both had ground to sit on, but no, it did not work out that way. So we're just going to frame the page and finish it off that way. I like it. Maybe if it's not crooked. Okay, I like it. So I'm going to cut these apart and then I'm going to evaluate it again and decide if there's anything else that needs to be done to this page. Of course, I mess up the cut a little bit because cutting through chipboard is hard. Not a big deal. I'm just going to snip it off. And then I think I'm going to call it good. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Tracy M. Reed. I'd love to see you over there as well. We're going to add enamel dots to this because why not? If you're new to Cocoa Daisy, you can use my name at checkout and get a coupon towards a future purchase when you start a new subscription with them. Otherwise, I will see you next time. All right, thank you.